It's my proud pleasure to introduce the greatest marketer and business strategist in the world, Mr. Jay Abraham.
So what's the strategic basis of partnering? Ask, I'll answer, okay? It's basically highest and best use theory. If you're trying to dominate, if you're trying to be preeminent, if you're trying to own a market or you want to penetrate a new market, what are your options? Option one is hope and pray and wish and look up or down or whoever you believe in to manifest divine achievement. And it might happen. I'm not putting down religion. I'm probably putting down devil worshiping, but I'm just saying that is an option. Option two is you can run newspaper ads or buy mailing lists or hire cold salespeople to knock on doors. Option three, which I always prefer, is you can find a company, you can find an organization, you can find an influence, you can find a publication or multiple ones who already have spent years incurring the trust, the respect, the direct access to a market that you want to reach, and you can align with them in any of a number of ways. And today is only going to be, I have nothing to sell you, by the way, so today is only as much as I can share, but you can get very, very granular in some of the cool formulations. And you can tap in, as I said yesterday, to their resources, their trust, their credibility, the years and years they've been doing it. And that's always been my default position. I was interviewed, by the way, I'm sort of low profile now just because I don't do seminars or anything anymore, and so I don't write many books or anything else. When I was very, very, very visible in the media world, I was interviewed a lot. And again, just so for credibility, I've been interviewed twice in feature stories in USA and Forbes and Investors Business Daily has done 4 articles, and afterwards they retained me as an advisor for a while. So a lot of stuff. One publication asked me a great question, because at the time I had all these different strategies, concepts, bundles of stuff. And they said, we took everything away from you, you only had one. Well, they have 2 different questions. One was very cool. They said, if we took everything away from you and you could only keep one of your strategies, what would it be and why? And I said, no question. It'd be whatever you want to call it, strategic alliances, partnering. Because with that, you can go into any market, anytime, anywhere, have nothing, and be exceedingly successful, cash flow positive in a matter of, of really weeks, months. Certainly not going to take you much of anything, and you could do it in any kind of form. It's not just a selling or marketing. It can be used, and I'll explain, in lots of different forms. Somebody asked me another question similar and said, what's the one thing you'd like if you could have anything you wanted? I said, I'd like to have the rights to everything and figure out what to do with them later. Because we understand intangibles too. We understand the rights to assets and access, that having the rights to access a market can be priceless if you know how to mine it and monetize it. So, okay. So you have options. Optimization would say, if you're pragmatic, why in the world would you want to do it the hard way if you can do it not only the easy way, but if you think in terms of probability and outcome, which I do. The probability of running an ad and having, again, you guys don't know this, and you'll get deluded not by people here, but by some of a lot of people who self-proclaim their expertise are dangerous to your wealth and to the very foundation of what you're trying to do. Not intentionally, but they might have done something one time and it works, so they believe it's the Holy Grail, and they teach you something which is really an anomaly. It's not really the real mother lode. The truth of the matter is lots of different ways to do everything. And there's not one way that's right or wrong. Every situation has a unique dynamic to it. And so it has to be unique to the situation. And the only way you can figure it out is using high probability concept strategies, but testing one approach against the other. But the point is, The probability, and I said that, forgive me, because my mind is tripping out here, and I'm so sorry I'm not. It's JT's fault. I would have had some notes if I came at 4:30.
I think JD's so weird. Are you liking what Jay's doing? Yeah.
Good, thanks. That's good. I'm not trying to really be on point. I'm trying to leave you with thoughts that will hang.
Every time you tell me that you're not on point and you have notes, you come up with $1 million idea that I have. So I would like you to be as on point as possible because the more on point, the more money I make.
Well, you guys understand this, which is it's very unusual. The press about me is really true. I really have done 465 industries. I've really been involved in, I've probably directly or indirectly looked at 50,000 ways to sell. I understand lead generating, one-shot, two-shot, high-tech, low-tech, no-tech services, distribution. I understand, very just, professional constraints. I understand about anything you can imagine, and I have had to do it all over the world. Monday, a week from tomorrow, I'm leaving for Tokyo, and there's 400 or 500 people paying $5,000 or $9,000. I get a fee for it. Who I gotta transform their businesses in 4 days, and if they aren't happy, they get every dime back, and I've got to do it with people who don't understand a word of English. But I've done that for years, so it's not a big deal. But I'm saying you got to be very skilled and understand universal principles. It wasn't me assuaging my ego. It was trying to say that it's got to be universally applicable.